Hello guys, and welcome to another learning session today. This is part of the web design basic series that we are doing, and currently our focus is on version control. Today we are going to see how to install Git on our computers from the official sources. So if it's your first time checking out our videos, remember to always support and grow our channel by subscribing so that we can have a larger learning community. In my case, I'm using Google as my search engine, so I'll just type Git. Depending on the search results that you get, you can head straight to downloads. And because we are working with Windows as our operating system, I'll go to download for Windows. Suppose you're working with Linux or Mac OS, you can also check out the various downloads options. But for this particular tutorial, we are downloading for Windows. So I'll use the icon on my right, download for Windows. And once you get to this page, there are various options, but in this particular case, we just want our installer, which is the recent build. So I'll go with the very first option, click here to download. I'll click on it. And once you get this prompt, you can just save. So there we go. Depending on how fast your internet is, you'll see the installer downloading. Yes, so my download is ready here. So I'll just head straight to the download folder. Depending on where you've saved your installer file, you'll head straight to the location and click on it. So once your installer starts loading, you'll see this dialog. For most of the options, we'll just use the default settings that have been prescribed by Git. So just click next. And something to note when you're specifying the default text editor, suppose you have Sublime Text installed, you can use that or your preferred text editor, but I'll choose to go with Sublime Text because it's lightweight. Next. And when it comes to specifying the initial branches of new repositories, you'll decide to override so that Git is not choosing that for you. There are very many cases where you might not want to use master as the initial branch, but for our tutorials, maybe we can choose to settle on overriding the default name branch so that you use main. And for the rest of the options, you can just click next until the very end. So that's it. If you had previous Windows installation with regards to Git, they'll first be removed, or the older versions, so that the new versions can be installed. And for this particular tutorial, we are using the newest version, which is Git 2.44 as of the time of this recording. So depending on how your computer is faster, you'll see that. You can be patient as your installer is executing until the very end. Good. So our installer has already executed, and you may not maybe prefer to view the release notes, but you might want to test if your download has actually been executed on the computer by clicking launch git bash. So we'll just uncheck view release notes and check launch git bash. Click on it and click finish. That's it. So our bash window is ready. This is where we'll be writing our git commands. It's the Git CLI or the command line interface tool. But if you also prefer to use the command line interface tool in VS Code, that is still okay. But it's just good to know that Git provides an inbuilt CLI tool that we'll be using to write our commands. So see you in the next videos as we learn more on Git.